everybody, welcome to Best Six Access. In a few minutes, I'm going to go and see the movie The Conjuring Last Rites. This one here is the final installment of the Conjuring franchise. The first one came out July 15th, 2013. It was released in the Cinerama Dome here in Los Angeles, California. Then it had its nationwide release July 19th. And of course, The Conjuring is a horror suspense franchise. And those of you that know me or have watched my videos before, horror, I'm in. So I'm always curious to see how a horror movie can be done, either if it's from suspense, comedy, or blood and gore. That's where my different ratings come in. So for this one here, I'm going in super excited for this one. And also, The Conjuring is pretty much set for, it's based off of certain objects that are either cursed, demonic, possessed, or just a bad omen, and have been set through different time periods. And of course, once again, when it comes to time periods, I'm looking at how accurate they are to that time period or the era, looking for small details, and that's something that always counts in my final review and the scores right there. All right, folks, so time for me to head on in and go see The Conjuring Last Rites. Everybody, moves officially done. Let's head on out and get started with the review of The Conjuring, and you can see right behind cleaning crews there. So let's get started. All right. All right, folks. So just get this set up, and then we'll start with The Conjuring movie review. Just head on out. All right, let's get this set up. Sorry, folks. All right, there we go. All right, so Conjuring. Let's see. Where do we begin? Those of you that know, I like horror. Right there, that's good. Suspense, yes, always. Blood, gore, right? However, this one here, let's see. Blood and gore, minimal. It was more of the visual blood and gore, unlike somebody actually getting, stabbed, shot. Those are the typical blood and gore that I like to go for. This one here was more like the illusion of blood and gore, images, that kind of stuff right there. So that's good still, right? Shock, suspense, those little moments where they try to just give you the boom, and yeah, a lot of those right there, and I expected them all the time. I mean, I think I'm just immune to them now, or something, or just already started coming. That's pretty much it. Doesn't get me, but I will admit there are times in the past where those shocking or the boom moments do catch me by surprise right there. So let's go with story wise. All in all, good right here. And once again, folks, this one was based off of a true story from the 1960s, and based, or say loosely. So with any story, how much of it is actual fact and how much of it is just there to kind of get the story more with excitement. So it was indeed factual. Now, parts of it, of course, Hollywood exaggerated right there. So keep that in mind when you do watch the movie right there. As for the time periods, it's true to the time periods of the 80s. So much small little stuff in there I recognize. So that was nice right there, seeing the 80s again. All right. What else? Visually, the areas were great. Once again, the filmmakers actually did their homework and found locations that were vintage enough to pass off as the 80s or the sets themselves. So that's good right there. What else is there? I think that's pretty much it. Just that the runtime, it seemed a bit too short, and some parts of it just seemed too rushed, in my opinion. And I just would have liked them to elaborate more on the stuff. However, again, studios, producers, directors, editors, everybody has input on the film itself and the way the outcome is. So compromises have to be made, and sometimes those the compromises are made for the good. Other times it's just sloppiness right there, and that's where I felt The Conjuring had some parts of it were all the way through nice. Other parts of it were like, ah, you could have done a different route, but all in all, you know, everybody has their vision right there. So that's all I gotta say about Conjuring itself. As for the rating, so here I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It came out this past Friday. Today's Sunday, so I finally got a chance to check it out. I've been busy with other projects, as you saw this past week. I did Halloween Horror Nights in the studio, so that was like my main focus for the week right there. So, folks, get a chance, go ahead and enjoy it in the theater. If not, wait for it and stream it. You're not really missing much when it comes to it, than streaming. But this one, I would highly recommend more of a streamer, even though some parts of it are more visual in a big movie screen. Of course, when you're at home, at your own leisure pace, you can pause, get your blankets, coffee, hot chocolate, snacks, and just enjoy them right there. So, folks, from Backstage Access, this is Satoshi Jikaimade.